Three, two, one. We're live, Mr. Pasha. Boom. IPL.
Yeah, IPL season is here again, huh?
Yeah, it's been a fun contest so far. Did you watch today's match?
Yeah, close game. Very close game.
So, I don't
I
know.
think 2020 generally अब सारे games इतने close होते हैं, especially with IPLs. I mean, you look at the IPL teams, they're like star-studded teams, yeah.
Yeah, I feel the quantity of nail biters have gone up significantly in last
Generally
few
in
years.
T20s,
Yeah.
I mean, you watch any international T20s or the leagues around the world, काफी exciting cricket है.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm at a point where I don't give a shit who's playing, what country is hosting that IPL or that T20. I just love the format.
पर मैं ये सोच रहा था कि आईपीएल को ऑलमोस्ट 10 साल हो गए हैं अब. It's
2008 से, हाँ,
2008
2008, yeah.
10 years for IPL, man. They're the pioneers in this area.
You know what the funny thing is? They were not the first one to do it. It was
county cricket.
Pro
Was it?
20 English
English
county
county,
they started, but they just couldn't carry the momentum, and IPL is
But
way better
IPL
now.
की जो market, India की market is so big and they're so crazy about cricket यार कि कहीं नहीं चलती तो इंडिया में ही चलती है, and of course
Yeah.
it's a multi-billion-dollar industry now यार.
Did you read about the salary caps going up even more now?
मतलब it's I mean salary cap मतलब वैसे हो तो salary cap होनी नहीं चाहिए. You can have that argument as well. I mean whoever like जैसे फुटबॉल में होता है कि जितना पैसा देना है दो, you get the best players.
Even American football,
नहीं, even in soccer and stuff.
soccer they have a payroll cap now
Actually,
of
they have
financial fair play because
वो
the
Manchester City
Manchester City जो शेखों का पैसा जब से आना शुरू हुआ था petro dollars, so they had to do it. I like the whole capping because that gives a chance to every other team.
Yeah, and the same in basketball as well.
Yeah, it just makes sense, keeps it interesting. But interesting, and I also noticed. So we were complaining when PSL was happening that standard of batting has gone down, and you don't see as many high-scoring games. And again, today was a low-scoring game versus Hyderabad Sunrise in Mumbai.
150 odd, yeah.
And I was just thinking 150 odd. In fact, yeah, it was 150, 140, late 149 or something. But I think bowlers are getting smarter now.
Yeah, leg spin is the art for T20. I feel.
Man, I was just thinking.
कि leg spin जो है उसको मारना और wicket taking option जो है वो is leg spin is the way to go.
But do you know number of leg spinners now playing?
कितने IPL में आ गए हैं यार?
Rashid Khan, he's got the
Rashid Khan
most
star,
starts.
number one
He's a
bowler
star
at
coming from
T20 का.
Afghanistan. There's a new Indian kid who reminds me of Ibtisam, who was playing for Hyderabad in PSL. Sorry, playing for Multan in PSL. In fact, Peshawar Zalmi. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So this guy, Manakand, I hope I'm not butchering his name, but yeah, he's a 20-year-old leg spinner. He's already picked up 8 wickets in 2 matches, playing for Mumbai Indians. He got Dhoni in his first match. And the guy has the stories. He was a fast bowler who had a great slower back of the hand. And someone said, why don't you bowl leg spinner? He's 20 years old and he's playing IPL.
No, there's a lot of sort of rags to riches stories in IPL.
Yeah.
कितने players हैं who are, working in restaurants, sort of 500 रुपए महीने के मिल रहे हैं, and now they're earning like 80-90 lakhs a month. I mean, careers, जिंदगियां बना दी हैं लोगों की यार IPL ने वहाँ.
Yeah, it's a wake. And it's great for the cricket. It's great for the cricket.
No,
but
it's a proper career now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, IPL, like, cricketers now are just looking कि यार एक IPL का season लग जाए and they get into one of the teams, they're made. I mean,
yeah.
in terms of the money that they're getting, even a normal, 20th player in the team जो है उसको भी लाखों में पैसे मिल रहे हैं. So I mean, none of these guys earn that much in domestic or any sort of cricket except for IPL or playing in leagues like that.
Yeah, I think 20 lakh or 10 lakh is probably the lowest, or it's a floor of the salary.
Yeah, exactly. Matlab, it's a proper career now. I mean, people can look up to sort of growing up as cricketers. वो अब ज़माना आहिस्ता आहिस्ता जा रहा है कि भाई पढ़ाई करो या क्रिकेट खेलो वाला नहीं. अब तो anybody is like अगर you can play, go for it.
Yeah, I think that has definitely provided some stability to these struggling cricketers, जो कि पहले नहीं थी. So I think it's
So financial well-being जो है वो काफी बेहतर होगी players की, especially with such leagues, which is great for the game because obviously it helps to grow the game. India में देखें इतनी teams हैं अब, they have such a big, इतने नए नाम आते हैं हर season. You can see some new players, some new talent, and India has now developed such a good domestic structure. Ranji Trophy थी उनकी वैसे हमेशा इतनी strong थी. But now with IPL as well, they're grooming kids, they're bringing in kids. इनका जो bench strength is phenomenal in my view.
Yeah.
Especially batting में तो, I mean, India has always been, a powerhouse. So, and that's continued. And IPL has a lot to do with it.
I think, Indians always produce great batsmen, but the ability to get underneath those balls and hit, the power hitting has just gone off the charts now.
Game change हो गई यार. Game is about power hitting now.
Yeah. Do you think this format overtaking one-day cricket?
I almost think it's already overtaken one-day cricket. मेरे हिसाब से one-day cricket to an extent, Test cricket also are sort of might be history in another decade maybe.
Do you see the football or the soccer model or the football model taking place in cricket now, where you play World Cup, international, 4 साल में एक दफा, you play T20?
It is very possible. It is not, कि ये कभी नहीं होगा. I think it is a possibility.
I actually support that in a very funny way. Someone who's always been a fan of Test cricket.
But obviously, it will have to be not कि ये कोई 1-1.5 महीने के tournament, so then it have to be longer leagues.
Or more frequency, more quantity of matches happening, longer leagues.
जैसे Spanish league है या English Premier League है, Italian है वो. मतलब वो अगर करना है तो then you also have to have that caliber of players कि ये नहीं कि वही Chris Lynn, पेशावर के लिए खेल रहा है, वही हैदराबाद के लिए खेल रहा है. अभी ये बहुत होता है ना.
That's an interesting point. Yeah.
You have the same players playing in Caribbean League and same in Indian Premier League and Pakistan Super League and Dhaka में जो रहा वो वहाँ भी वही खेल रहे हैं. I mean, it's the same players to a great extent. वही Shade Watson open कर रहा है चेन्नई के लिए, वो PSL में अभी open कर रहा था क्वेटा के लिए. तो it's that is still not quite up to par to the football leagues. तो एक अलग level पे हैं.
हाँ, मगर कोई hybrid model हो सकता है.
Hybrid model हो सकता है. But नहीं, I'm sure it has. T20 in general is the way to go for the future of cricket.
Yeah, in this fast-paced life, I think people are losing interest in the
much as I like Test cricket, and it's the purest form of cricket, and the best team, 9 out of 10 times will win a Test match.
Yeah.
T20 is anybody's game.
Yeah, absolutely.
One innings can change the game.
Whoever gets the momentum in those 20 overs can really win a match.
But I'm quite a big fan. जैसे basketball में होता है कि best of 7 series होती है. जो final होते हैं, it's a best of 7. If you want to expand T20, is the same for me. आपको जो final अगर करें, अगर expand करें इस तरह, so you should have best of 3. ये कोई one off नहीं होना चाहिए T20. But it requires more time and the leagues have to grow and all of that kind of stuff. But eventually it'll come. I think we're already on that path.
I think it'll evolve. It has already evolved to a certain point where there was a time when people would look down upon T20 कि ये क्या format है. All of a sudden,
it's entertainment. अभी भी जो purist हैं वो कहते हैं T20 is entertainment, it's not cricket.
And I
think that it's way beyond sort of entertainment now. It's serious cricket, and it is the way to go. It is the only sort of form of cricket right now that actually makes a lot of money. Test cricket is now losing money. Sponsorships में, attendance में, हर चीज में. It's actually not feasible to play Test cricket. Zimbabwe ने अभी announce किया है try series with Australia and Pakistan in July. T20 series in Zimbabwe. था क्या? One days and 2 test matches थे. उन्होंने कहा test matches में हम लोग we can't make any money, we lose money, so we're going to convert that and play a T20 series with Australia and Pakistan.
So now it makes financial sense for countries.
It makes financial sense to make, because of course it attracts sponsorships, it attracts audiences and spectators. मतलब लोग T20 देखने के लिए कभी भी तैयार हैं. आप जाएं गेम देखें 3 घंटे, you're back home. ये नहीं कि 7 घंटे या 5 दिन आप, nobody has the time.
And quality has gone up also.
Of course.
So initially it was more like slog. You would see everyone just going. Now there's a strategy. You see that strategy.
If you remember, शुरू में जब T20 हुई थी तो जो proper cricketers होते थे, one-day और test batsmen, वो कहते थे हम तो खेल ही नहीं रहे T20. You know, B team भेज दो.
Ponting didn't play.
All of this,
Clark didn't play initially.
All of these guys didn't even play.
Yeah.
You know, all the youngsters would say कि अच्छा इनको भेज देते हैं. It would be like a, you know, practice for them to reach. Like it was a stepping stone to reach into your one-day and test teams. You play some T20s.
Yeah, T20 is more conducive.
Oh.
Also, so that's one. The other bit is you only have what 10 test playing nations now,
No.
right? Usme se bhi India Pakistan don't play any bilateral series. So if that's why I think somehow this whole country model is ICC is struggling with it.
There's only 10 teams playing to begin with, no?
And if you kind of break down that structure and everyone is playing for some neutral team or playing under a neutral flag, Indians, Pakistan, and Australians all getting together, and you're trying to put together whoever owns that franchise the best possible team, then people tend to forget politics kya ho rahi hai, and they just focus on the game, which I think is a way to go since ICC cannot resolve the current structure, the issues in the current structure. Maybe they should just focus on working around the situation and do something else.
We're talking about India and Pakistan. India-Pakistan के dispute के लिए वो tribunal खड़ी कर दी है और October में है, so they'll decide on the $70 million
$70 million compensation
that Pakistan PCBs sort of asked India for not playing them and signing that agreement back was 3-4 years ago.
It sounds fair to me. It sounds fair because
I don't know how it will play out because BCCI will just say yeah, it's out of our hands, it's up to the government, and to a great extent I think it is the Indian government that has stopped from the tours happening and is the main reason why it hasn't happened. I don't think per se कि BCCI and PCB, obviously Pakistan has always been very keen to play.
Yeah.
Financially, obviously it makes sense, and it is the biggest ticket in cricket.
Yeah.
But India के लिए politically it's a bigger deal, I think probably, they are very sort of hard-lined about it. So I don't think BCCI will just say I can't call the shots. I need government approval. What can I do?
They have said it. They've already said it. Our government said it was a very explicit statement.
But I could argue, well, you should have cleared that with the government before you signed an agreement. If you knew that was going to be ये counter argument हो सकता है.
मगर मसला ये है कि both governments keep on changing their stances, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I feel government को sports में involve होना ही नहीं चाहिए.
I think it's a shit strategy for any government to get involved.
FIFA requires their associations not to be politically influenced or motivated. I think उनके जो completely अलग होते हैं.
Absolutely, yeah. UFC can in MMA, UFC is an American promotion, and you know how much they kind of hate Russians or they don't get along with Russians. Yet you see a lot of Russian fighters fighting under UFC banner. Because it is a commercial organization, it is a sport, people enjoy watching it.
Oh, exactly.
So I don't give a fuck on that political front kya ho raha hai. ठीक है होने दे, and I don't have a view on that. But when it comes to music, when it comes to cricket, when it comes to entertainment broadly, I think people should just forget about everything else happening around them and focus on that thing, which is sad. And it was sad to see what Afridi tweeted, and then again this whole Twitter army, and
that's unnecessary. I think media ने भी बहुत छाला है, बहुत unnecessary. They started asking questions and sensationalizing it for me. And even Afridi, I guess everybody has their opinion, and I mean it's social media, so you can say whatever you want. So everybody has a right to their opinion. I don't just have a problem with that as such, but it is a sensitive subject.
Yeah, my stance is, listen, you're an individual and you can have a view and I can have a view. You and I don't need to agree on a lot of things, right? Doesn't mean you will kick me out of your house.
Yeah.
So Afridi had a view. Now you can argue, did he have to tweet about that? I don't know. That's his personal choice. He had his own Twitter handle. He did it. It was sad to see the way everyone jumped on that little tweet. And
That's what I'm saying. This media sensationalizing it. Just it's news for them. It's what sells at times.
And I have to praise Virat Kohli. I mean, I've been his fan. I've jumped on that bandwagon recently, and I think he's just getting mature.
He has. I can. That's certainly true. Okay, Virat Kohli from 5, maybe even 5 years ago, to what he is today, being the Indian captain, he has certainly matured. और उसका जो response there was such very straightforward, no sort of sensationalizing or any कोई बकवास नहीं.
बिल्कुल.
Very to the point, and he didn't even take after these names. He just replied, yeah, he has his opinion and I have my own opinion, of course.
He so intelligently he just
Very
put an
charisma.
end to it. Unlike Gautam Gambhir trying to just ignite
unnecessary.
You
You can see the class difference right
absolutely,
there.
right?
For me, you can see the class difference right there.
And Afridi is not the most intelligent of cricketers also. So
No,
he started
he's
something
a
but
Pathan.
and Virat Kohli, I mean, you have to admire a guy. The way he did it, he was so measured, and he chose a very clear side. It's not that he
he was
dodged
scared,
or
of course, no.
dilly-dallied around the situation.
Anybody would, yeah. You always stand behind.
And
your
that
message.
shows why he's a cut above. Why he's not just a talented batsman. He's also a very intelligent human being.
Coming to sort of in terms of batting, मैं भी उस दिन देख रहा था RCB का game. Just the sight of actually De Villiers and Kohli batting together.
Man, that's unfair.
That
is unfair.
I mean, just that, I'd watch IPL just for that. I mean, just to watch them two bat, right? Those are two biggest names in cricket, best batsmen, Kehlo in T20 or whatever, different styles, batting together in a game. I mean, you don't see that obviously in international cricket में तो नजर नहीं आएगा आपको ये IPL
Never.
या leagues में ही नजर आता है. I mean, it's great to watch, yeah.
Oh, international cricket maybe you can have a world 11, but the intensity is not quite there.
Intensity is not quite there, but although IPL में वो country वाली intensity भी नहीं है अभी. Maybe over time, if I was Bangalore fan, then maybe I had that same intensity.
Yeah.
But शायद हो इंडिया में हो इतनी intensity जितनी इंडिया के लिए होती है.
Definitely. Don't you remember Srishant getting slapped by Harbhajan and Virat Kohli and Gautam Gambhir had a bust up? Yeah.
तो वो होगा.
It's very intense and there's money online. So
and it's now what I also like is that Kohli is now RCB, Chennai is now Dhoni.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
because I'm always never been a fan कि यार Dhoni is team के लिए खेल रहा है, pros team के लिए खेल रहा है. I like the concept that Dhoni is the Chennai captain. That's why I've always known him, and जो है वो वही रहेगा, and there's some loyalty to the team.
Franchise legend,
franchise.
Like football and club legend with that.
Exactly.
But there is this IPL rule, which is after every 10 years you have to refresh your squad. So you have to release whatever you have and redo the whole process. For example, if they've had Dhoni for 10 years, then in the 11th year,
market.
they have to just throw him in the open market and then repurchase him. But I don't
10
know.
years is a long time.
It's a long time. So this was the 10th year, I guess, right?
This was the 10th
So
year.
they had to make some calls, and that's why they lost Ravichandran Ashwin. It wasn't a choice. So what happened was
because they have Bravo, Jadeja, Dhoni. These are all the three. Raina. They're all Chennai. Has always been Chennai.
Leading run scorer in T20.
Leading IPL में, he's the highest scorer in IPL.
But you know what? The twist or the little suspense that they have in this policy, it was a suspense inclusion, I would rather say, that so teams this year got an option to withhold or name 3 players जो कि वो रख सकते हैं. तो उसमें उन्होंने धोनी को रखा है, मेरे ख्याल से रायना को रखा है और एक और को प्लेयर था, और they couldn't do रविचंद्र. एक और भी right to match card option है. What you can do is you can throw a player in that pool, और उसके बाद you can just match the bid.
Okay.
So if you throw him in and put Delhi Daredevils bid something for Ravichandran Ashwin, they could have matched the bid and taken him back. But so there are these things. But yeah, RCB, Royal Challengers Bangalore.
आरसीबी की टीम अभी कोहली और डिविलियर्स की बात कर रहा था, उनकी ओपनिंग क्या है? McCullum and De Kock open.
As if they weren't enough, you
Yeah.
throw them in also.
And then you have Kohli and De Villiers. I mean, batting to RCB ki is next level. Bowling is where they struggle a bit, but quite the star-studded team.
Yeah, it's a very, but they've always had a good team, if you remember.
They always had. Last year, I think Chris Gayle
Chris
was.
Gayle in his prime form was there, but they always struggle.
They haven't had a. They haven't won yet. Right?
No, I don't think they have won yet. They haven't. Mitchell Stark
Injured.
had to pull out, and that's a big blow to Kolkata Knight Riders. And Chennai Super Kings, no more home games for them. What do you think about that?
I guess, some domestic issues to resolve.
Yeah, how freaky, how stupid was that for them to say, I mean the protesters to say that they will let those snakes out. Did you hear about that?
I didn't actually hear about it. I heard कि कुछ मतलब मसला हुआ था crowd man and somebody threw some shoes at the players and stuff and they had to be evacuated and stuff, but clearly obviously the security said कि we can't handle it and so उन्होंने पुणे में shift कर दिया.
Yeah, that's sad for CSK.
Especially after Chennai, because Chennai 20 सालों के बाद.
Exactly. So it's sad for the fans not to get into
exactly.
home
because
games.
Home advantage is becoming a thing for IPL as well.
Absolutely, man. In cricket, home games are more important than any other game, I would say. Because variable to pitch ka hai, that plays a huge role.
Yeah, but no, it's fun cricket, man. IPL, they've got some good teams, and up to it's a well-established brand name. Yeah, every cricketer I think in world cricket wants to play IPL. If you name one league they want to play in, it's IPL because they also pay the millions. Yeah, Ben Stokes again, most paid player in IPL.
Yeah, for Rajasthan Royals. You see money in IPL. You see the presentation, the squad, the number of experts they have.
Crowd. I mean, every match is sold out. Yeah.
Yeah. You see the vibe. You feel the vibe.
You feel the vibe.
No, I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. So I know it's too early to predict, but are you sticking with Kolkata Knight Riders or are you having second thoughts?
I think it's still very early. Kolkata fan, yes. RCB fan as well. So between them, I'll maybe go with Kolkata. But RCB is fun to watch. I'm becoming more of a fan of Kohli. I haven't been historically, but Pandab. He's just a class above.
Yeah, he's earning that respect.
Yeah.
Western Cricket of the Year also.
Yeah,
right.
I mean,
yeah,
no doubt he is one hell of a player.
Yeah, he's really.
He is once in a generation, once in a lifetime wala player.
Oh yes. He's putting an end to that whole discussion: Kohli versus Smith versus Root versus Kane Williams.
I think Kohli will, be bigger than Tendulkar. Already maybe, in my opinion, in pure cricketing skills and statistics and what he's already achieved in his career, he's way ahead.
Yeah, I think he's going to set the bar way too high for anyone else to match that. All right, so I would say before we wrap up IPL that I want a CSK to win now. I know I said Mumbai Indians, but A, I'm a huge Dhoni fan.
हालांकि धोनी में वो बात नहीं रही है, हाँ? He is no longer the Dhoni of old.
Yeah.
अभी उस दिन मैच था, he was not even scoring a run a ball. 27 balls में शायद 25 रन किए, हालांकि 200 रन का टारगेट था.
But they won.
But I know they won, but I'm just saying in the match, in the grand scheme of things, he was way behind the scoring rate required. So वो जो धोनी का जो aura था, you can tell he's maybe he's now already beyond his peak. This is his twilight few years.
For sure.
International cricket bhi ab wo test matches nahi khel raha. One days maybe he's not. Don't remember him scoring a lot, or he's not the Dhoni of old. मुझे वो धोनी लंबे बालों वाला मुझे एक याद है वो आया था. He was like a sensation, man.
Up until recently, Dhoni was Dhoni.
But I think his obviously he's done his time, I guess.
I think he's done a fantastic job for Indian cricket. He changed the face of Indian cricket.
Yeah, no
I
doubt.
think
World Cup, यार, जब World Cup
World
जिताया है, उसने वो छक्का मार के जिताया था. I mean, that is a classic moment in
Chakka market.
Indian.
He was struggling in that tournament. It was,
I mean, it's
a bit like Imran Khan, like struggling, came up the order. If you watch that movie, that is, yeah, I think I've always been a huge Dhoni fan right from the words go. I still think that he has that aura. His performance has gone down a little bit, right. I mean, you can't blame him. But he's more
back
like
end of his career,
there is no direct comparison. But he's like Misbah. What Misbah is to Pakistan cricket, Dhoni is to Indian cricket. Not a direct comparison.
Yeah, Dhoni's bigger.
Dhoni is much bigger. I think his impact for Indian cricket. And we would talk about Kohli. I think I give a lot of credit to Dhoni for really helping Kohli to be himself.
Yeah.
The way he managed Kohli.
No, of course, especially when the younger years, right? When Kohli was so animated about
wild
everything.
and raw and talented, and I think he needed a very calm captain.
And I think that's paid off in the long run. Right?
Yeah, so that's why, and hence I'm supporting CSK, especially when now they can't play their home games. My love for Dhoni is waking up again. Moving on, Pakistan versus West Indies.
Yeah, the series happened, 3 back-to-back games, all in Karachi. Obviously, सबसे बड़ी बात कि they all went, happened, packed houses, no issues, touch wood, which was great to see. And, I was just enjoying having cricket back in Pakistan.
Yeah, it was really good to see, and it was great to see the way the crowd responded. I was a little bit fearful that turnout wouldn't be that great, and after PSL, no one would care about Pakistan versus second string West Indies. But people of Karachi, they turned up, man.
Karachi, obviously, a city of 20 million people, yeah. So, three stadium bharna should not be an issue.
Yeah.
If you put it in that context. But obviously, the games were extremely one-sided.
Yeah.
पहले गेम और दूसरा गेम तो लग रहा था कि अभी वेस्ट इंडीज hasn't really gotten off the jet lag. बेचारे. I mean, the third game was still a bit more competitive. जब 150 उन्होंने scored किया था batting first, West Indies made 150, so it was a little bit more entertaining. But the first game they all out for 60 runs, and so it was very one-sided. But again, credit to Pakistan. It was Saeed, Brathwaite, Holder, and Gale weren't there, but it wasn't like it was a completely second string team. कोई debuts इतने ज़्यादा नहीं हो रहे थे West Indies के. It was a proper West Indian team. But again, Pakistan played, well above the West Indian cricketing level.
Yeah, that crushing was a proper crushing.
It was proper crushing.
Just like you say, 400...
But again, to see Hussain Talat and Asif Ali and Afridi get their chance to play, and I was very happy that youngsters ko khilaya, give them the opportunity to play. IPL, PSL mein khela, but then also they got their debuts, so it was great to see that, and they played well, yaar.
Talat Hussain was my highlight. I was most excited before.
Yeah, I remember आपने PSL में pick किया था. I didn't know about him until you told me about it.
But he is, he's a very stable player. He didn't do anything spectacular. It's not that he scored
very solid, yeah, very solid.
Very solid, very very calm. He's young. He also bowls. Not that great of a bowler yet, but
sort of
can always come in handy. And especially he's an eager cricketer. He actually wants to bowl. Initially, they weren't using him as a bowler in PSL, and he was in a very kiddish way complaining that मैं bowling करता हूँ मगर मुझे देते नहीं है, which is good to see. That hunger is great to see.
But third game, you had Mohammad Abir nahi khela, Hassan Ali nahi khela.
I'm glad they rested.
So they rested them, and they played all the new guys. And Afridi again, he bowled well. Osama Mir is playing well. वो भी injury से वापस आ रहा है. So the bowling strength is always, you can see, is always there.
I wasn't too worried about that.
But again, it was good, especially good to see Talat Hussain sort of batting, but also Asif Ali being a big hitter, man.
Yeah, didn't do much in first two, but when he came to party again, the guy has some talent.
PSL final के छक्के मुझे अभी तक याद हैं हसन अली को जो मारे थे. And then even here, he looked pretty solid, like ये जो T20 cricket जो होता है, जो हमारे पास एक pinch hitter या जो पावर हिटर है का कॉन्सेप्ट है वो भी पाकिस्तान टीम में नहीं था मेरे हिसाब से T20 में इतने कोई पावर हिटर्स नहीं है
आफ्टर रज़ाक और इसके बाद
मतलब आफरीदी के बाद या रज़ाक के बाद ऐसे कोई इतने बड़े हिटर्स नहीं है
एक वैक्यूम था
so I can see now these guys filling that vacuum. Fahim Ashraf, very solid all-rounder.
I really like that guy.
So he's very utility sort of cricketer.
Yeah.
And Shadab, I'm going continue to become more and more a fan of Shadab.
I'm sold, man. I'm sold on Shadab.
Shadab, क्या bowling करा रहा है? So much control and fielding, batting. He can do all three, man.
Yeah, and that camaraderie in the team. When you see Hassan Ali really just fucking around with Shadab on the pitch, punching each other, pushing each other away. That's just so good to see. I don't know when was the last time I saw Pakistani cricket having fun out there, these cricketers having fun out there. So it was great to see. It was good to see. As we discussed Talal Hussain, I'm becoming a fan of Fahim Ashraf. His ability to get underneath the ball and hit it clean. And also as a bowler, he's constantly clocking 140, which is always a good sign.
He has potential. Potential, I mean. Spotted talented.
What else? Were you impressed by Shaheen Afridi?
I've said even earlier कि वो under 19 World Cup से जब मैंने देखा था, I've been a 6 already 18-year-old, very young, raw talent जिसको कहते हैं, and he has the potential to be a star. अब England series आ रही है. The first test match is May 25th, I think starts Lords. So training शुरू हो गई है. I think अभी fitness test हुए थे. तो Arthur wasn't very happy with Afridi because उसका थोड़ा low score आया.
Shaheen Afridi?
हाँ, Shaheen Afridi का. Apparently Fawad Alam was one of the fittest in the camp. बेचारा अभी तो उसको chance नहीं मिला.
Single Pusly.
But he's still the fittest in the camp. One of the fittest, more fitter than Babar Azam and all these guys. But camp शुरू हो गया. They've announced sort of 25 people. Probables जो खेल रहे हैं, practice कर रहे हैं.
Any surprises there?
No big surprises as such. Wahab Riaz wasn't invited. Arthur ने कह दिया है कि Wahab hasn't won a game in the last 2 years, so he needs to do a lot more before he comes back, which I completely agree with.
I do not disagree with that also.
You gotta perform. मुझे तो वही याद है जब Wahab Riaz Champions Trophy में पहले इंडिया के मैच में pit के and then he couldn't even finish his spell. वो चला गया था and he never returned.
Wahab Riaz to me hasn't done anything after that famous Shane Watson spell.
And that also he didn't get Shane Watson out even.
Catch was dropped, but I'd give that to him. He did. He tried.
Chalo, but that was not meant to be.
But it wasn't meant to be. Again, technically he didn't win you a match because that catch was dropped, whatever. But I think that spell spoiled him a lot more than made him.
Yeah.
I could see him try and just redo what he did against Shane Watson.
नहीं कर पाया
because ठीक है एक चीज थी हो गई but
I mean that was a
lacks
good spell,
intelligence.
No doubt, but I think he's a bit too wayward. He can be very expensive, and he's not given the fast bowling sort of talent we have. I don't think उसकी जगह बनती है.
Way too emotional for me as a bowler. I don't think he uses his brain as much. और अगर शोएब अख्तर, वसीम अख्तर type bowlers होते हैं और फिर support एक बंदा चाहिए होता, I would say okay fine, keep him in the squad, but he cannot spearhead your attack.
No.
And that hence
we have so many bowlers यार. जुनैद हो गया, आमिर हो गया, हसन अली हो गया, रुमान रईस हो गया, अफरीदी हो गया,
जगह नहीं बनती,
राहत अली हो गया, मोहम्मद अब्बास हो गया. I mean I can go on.
Yeah.
I mean,
seriously.
I don't think he comes even before any of this list.
Yeah. And that too 10 साल की क्रिकेट खेलने के बाद.
Yeah, exactly. So
ये भी देखिए कोई नया कि मैं कहूँ.
And the other person I think that shouldn't make it is Hafiz. I think I'm also done with Hafiz. Especially if he's not bowling, I think he's done.
I think I would rather try someone else. I would rather try Umar Amin or Talat Hussain.
Yeah, potentially. I don't know about Test cricket. Test cricket is still for me very different. I don't think कि अभी हुसैन तलत and Asif Ali and these guys are ready for Test cricket. उनको शायद वनडे पहले खिलाओ देखो. Test cricket is another ball game, yeah. That's some serious cricket.
They have a very decent first class record. प्रॉब्लम ये है कि डोमेस्टिक हमारी इतनी competitive है नहीं, तो आपके पास एक ही एवेन्यू बचता है कि आप साइड मैच खिलाएं यार.
Yeah, and I don't think you're playing your first game in Lords, home of cricket में आप उसको debut शायद करा दें, but पता नहीं.
ऐसे ही हमारे स्टार्स बनते हैं. Unfortunately, there is no real process there.
Opening का अभी भी issue है. Azhar Ali will open. They've said, Sarfaraz said Azhar Ali will open. Who's going to be the other opener? Test cricket.
Shan Maqsood?
Shan Masood maybe. Shan Masood, Sami Aslam, and there's one more. Ahmed Shahzad maybe. Other three, I think, candidates.
Ahmed Shahzad, that's another riddle for us to solve because Ahmed Shahzad has had plenty of. I think he's on the verge of just getting a boot. If he doesn't do anything, and he's young. That's the thing. I was just checking his age. He's still in his 20s. It's not that he's.
Yeah, he's still young. Yeah, he's still. But again, he hasn't done much either.
Yeah, and the process should be कि यार कोई county stint लो, कहीं पे जाके कुछ करो, earn your spot back. You just not merely based on your reputation. You should get a shot back.
Yeah, I agree. He needs to. I still think वो T20 में एक जब शुरू हुआ था, he used to play much quicker. He had sort of much more potential, and over the years it's just gone downhill. It almost like वो याद है जब उसको ball लगी थी Test match में, and he had a skull fracture, and after that he's never been himself.
Concussion,
and you know उसके 100 किए थे उसने, I think न्यूजीलैंड के खिलाफ था या किसके साथ. उसके बाद से he's never been the same.
I think sometimes it's good to just get a break and not worry about your spot in the team. जाके सुकून से बाहर खेलो. I don't know about if PCB has a program where they facilitate an arrangement between our cricketers and county cricket or Australia के अंदर.
Actually, I forgot कि openers की बात हो रही थी. Azhar Ali and I would play Fakhar Zaman. I forgot.
Oh yeah, I know. I was going to come to that point, like who do you think should open? But Fakhar Zaman,
I think we should play Fakhar Zaman.
I agree with you.
He hasn't, played Test cricket, but I think he's ready for it.
At least he'll give you a good start, a quick, fiery start for you to just.
वैसे मतलब swinging conditions में आप block तो करने से रहे Anderson and Broad को इन सबको, and it'll be early English summer, so it'll be even more difficult. So I think a quick fire start is the only way. वरना वो आप 30 for 3 होंगे in the first 15 overs.
हाँ, 30 for 3 का मतलब मैं 2 overs में हूँ versus मैं 30 for 3 15 overs में हूँ. Okay, without any preparation, if I were to ask you, 25 probables, just pick 11. I know it's difficult, but if you had to just think about 11 players you would think should represent Pakistan in Test match in England.
Obviously, Azhar Ali for me, Fakhar Zaman. You'd have Babar Azam, and then of course Sarfaraz, and you would have who was Hafiz was playing last time. So Hafiz I wouldn't pick. Mohammad Amir, Hassan Ali, Junaid. Yasir's injured this time, so he can't make England. Uska fracture ho gaya, will be out injured. Alpesh Adab. You're missing 2 batsmen. Asad Shafiq, I missed him. And Sarfaraz, I think that'd be it.
Yeah, I agree with you, except, I agree with you on everything, but I would play Shadab even if Yasir was not injured.
I think but Yasir is such, in Test cricket, Yasir is still,
Statistically, yes.
He's...
Magar, jo variation, I think Shadab is the future.
He is, no doubt.
He's a great fielder, not that Yasir is a bad fielder, plus Shadab bats. And you need to groom some. I think they need to have a clear policy कि अगले 10 साल कौन खेलने वाला है. Just on that, I would play Shadab.
Yeah, I think will be light यार. हारिस सुहेल को खिला सकते हैं या मिडिल ऑर्डर में आसिफ शफीक है, बाबर आजम है, सरफराज है, हारिस सुहेल है. I think those are the winners. And Fawad Alam बेचारा कभी pick नहीं होता. He's in the 25, but they've never picked him in the 16. And as far as I can remember, in the last sort of 5 years,
He's a utility batsman.
he is.
He's not a wonder.
Domestic में तो he's the highest scoring player still.
There you go.
So I think
Performance one day में भी बुरी नहीं रही उसकी हमेशा. He's always been hard done by. He's not a very spectacular big hitter kind of a batsman.
नहीं, but Test cricket में तो he's, you know, he's.
One day maybe he rotates his strike. So he's a typical Karachi Miadad ke mold wala batsman, and he should get a shot. I would also, since there's such a dearth of talent in Pakistan, especially batting ke andar, I would take Talat Hussain. I wouldn't play him. I don't think it's ready.
Just for exposure, maybe.
हाँ, exposure और the side matches counties से खेलेंगे जितने भी कर रहे हैं उसमें खिलाओ. That's the best way for you to test if he is ready or not.
Yeah, and Ireland भी जा रहे हैं, and they're playing there as well. So,
yeah, Ireland is probably the best place for him to play, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Even though they're no joke in Ireland on those wickets, but why not? Anything else before we wrap up?
I think let's wrap up.
All right, my friend. Look forward to the next one.
Yeah. Until next time, it's a wrap.
Have a good week.